Welcome to Trading Lounge and the gold silver report for the 9th of April. So this is gold on the daily chart. So we're going to have a look at it in two ways. We've been looking at it, well, this way, and we've also been looking at it that we've got a low in place. So we're going to do that as well, but we also need to work out at what point we can go long, and that's pretty simple, and I'll explain that today as well. So this particular move down through here as wave 3 here, and wave 4 and wave 5 here. This could also be a low in here. We don't need to do a double take on this as well. So we'll have to understand this move going up through here, okay? So yeah, so this wave 3, an A and a B and a C here for wave 4. If this is a C wave here, it will be in 5 waves. But also too, we've got the count that we've got a low in place, and we've got that as wave 1 up there. So wave 1 and wave C will have both the same counts. They'll both be 5 waves. So we can only call the market higher after we've got those 5 waves completed there. So if we're looking at the C wave moving up here in 5 waves, and that top comes in, and we'll have an ABC pattern, and then we can go long above that one there. Otherwise, it's just going to fall down from that point. So that's pretty much it, really. So we'll go to the 4-hour chart, where we've got the low in place here, and we can look at this as wave 1 up here. But as I mentioned, we can also look at this as wave 4, and because it's an A and a B and a C wave, they can both have 5 waves in this particular structure here. So we need to understand this particular pattern here, and then we can rock and roll from that point. And if we are going to go along here, I mean, I'll just remove that and put it over here for the time being, because we'll end up getting a better position than that anyway. So what will happen here is, if we just take this here, I know that we're going to be moving up a little bit, so I'll just take it to there perhaps. Anyway, we can adjust that later. The 50-60% retracement level here, which is a starting point, and we'd be looking for an A wave, a B wave and a C wave into here, and then moving up from that point if we're looking at this count. And in that instance, we would need this B wave here to be breached to confirm that we are going higher at that point. We might be able to get a better position down here for that, but that's it really, just keeping it as simple as possible. So we've got 2 counts. We've got this count where we've got wave 3, 4 and 5 for C of Y of 4, and we look at this as wave 1 coming back for wave 2 and then up for wave 3, or we can look at this as wave 4 over here for that, and in that case we'll be coming down into the medium level here, 1650, and a tad below that there. So I don't know which is the correct one. I will know once this here is done. So today, the important point is this trend here. So we can just go to the hourly chart maybe. Yeah, that's all right. So let's just bring this into the fold here. So the first thing we need to do is, we've got this position here, so we need to take profit here, unfortunately, at 1765. That will be the target for that. Or you can just follow it up on this trend line through here. Once it moves up here, right? Once it moves up, because that's a little wave 4, it's traveling sideways, overlapping wave structures going sideways. So that will pop up. So there may be another point here, but as based on 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for that. I can check to see if I got that on the tick chart, but yeah, anyway, you've got to protect that position here for that. So any move above, once that pops up there, start looking to take profit or lock things in up that way. But as it goes, 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for that. We just don't have that 5th wave sitting there, but we should put that in, of 3, and then we've had our wave 4 back, and now we're looking for wave 5 to go to the upside. As I pointed out, wave 1 here and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, the fourth wave here that can pull back to this triangle pattern here, and then to the upside. Now I shouldn't put it at 72, I'll just put it here, and I'll put that on the, just bring it down a bit. And then we'll have some, if we're bullish, we'll have some sort of ABC pattern that will probably just sit on the 1730 rather than all the way down to the 1720. But we'll just leave that there for the time being. We've got a lot of work to do with all of that to start with, and I'll just remove that. It's just noise. And I'll just remove that because that's noise. That B wave probably won't come as high at that point. So that's it, really. Let's just have a look on the tick chart. I don't know if I've updated it, so if I haven't updated it, we'll be moving out from that point. It looks like I haven't updated it at this point, so I won't worry about that. We'll just go back to the daily chart and just recap this situation a little bit, because this is going to be the situation with a lot of stocks as well, by the way. So this was where you need to be careful. So it's only once this 5 waves up here is being completed and we start breaching that with this scenario here that we can confirm that we're going higher. So when I was looking at, was it Newcrest Mining? Yeah, because the Newcrest is the second biggest gold stock. So I was going to be taking a position in this myself. But I'm also concerned, there's 2 things I was concerned with here. This is a daily chart. So an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here. Now I was always concerned that the C wave down here hadn't come back down to the low here or breached it. It came very high up here. So that means that it can be a bit shorter down this end. I appreciate that. But it also goes here as well. So if I can just expand this up a little bit. This would be the A wave, the B wave here, and the C wave up here. So this is also 5 waves up here. So really we need this to end. It'll go up to wherever it goes up to. It doesn't really matter. But also too, that's the 38.2% retracement level in here. So, but anywhere in this area here is where we're looking for this to top. Now, once we get that top in there, and because after these 5 waves that move up here, we're going to get some sort of movement back here, right? So then it becomes that becomes the catalyst for any further upside at that point. So if you're long in any gold stocks at the moment, you need to take this on board. You need to look. I may be wrong, and it could just keep going, and then you could throw stuff at me. But I'm just pointing out that this is this is the area here for this, and this will also be the same for the GDX as well, I guess. Let's have a look at that. I'm just using my own charting program here, the Trading Levels charting program for GDX. So this is the thing that you need to be careful about here as well. Now the last day here is Monday, so we've got a few more days to add here for that. I haven't updated it, but it's updating now as I speak. But we're basically just looking for 5 waves here in this as well. So that's what we're looking for within that. So there should be some sort of correlation between the length of this as an ABC, some equality. So somewhere up at just above the 35 there for that. So wherever that is at the moment, just be aware that you need to count 5 waves up through there, because once that's finished at that point, that's going to pull back. Might just come back to that a little bit later while it's, while it's updating. It's only an end of day thing, but let's have a look at silver. So we can look at it in a bullish light and a bearish light, but we'll just go to the, where is it, silver. Okay, so I'm on the hourly chart here, so I'll just start with the hourly chart. So from the low here, we can count it up the same as gold. I've got it 1 degree smaller, but as wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3, ABC for 4 here, and then up for 5 to make wave 3 here, and then wave 4 here, and then wave 1 and 2 here, and then going up for wave, well, we could already have a top in play there as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, but I don't think that's the case, but we could do that, but I think there'll be a little bit more of a push in that to move up through here for that. So I'm thinking, what have I got here? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Yeah, so I'm thinking all of the 3rd wave to here, a 4th wave and a 5th wave. So a little bit higher to go here for this as well in this regard. And also too, if we're long here, we'll need to fix this situation up as well. So there's no profit, but there's no loss. Because we're just going to put that up nice and tight in there for a little bit, pay the brokerage, whatever. And we have to wait for this pullback. It's as simple as that. So it doesn't really matter if I look at bearish counts or bullish counts at the moment. It's all about this here. So we're just going to have to allow it to play out. That's all. We have to allow the market to top. It may have topped already. We may be able to look at that as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. But if not, well, then we've got a little bit further to go to the upside. And it doesn't really matter, because we just have to wait for it to pull back as an ABC pattern here, and then we can move into it. At the lowest end, it will pull back to this point. We can adjust that later, just in case that is the high, but I think there's a bit more to go here. We're also seeing, if I can just go back to this charting program and go to the DXY here, the US dollar index. Let me just clean this up a little bit. So in a bit of a nutshell, it's a bit weird here, but we're looking for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave up here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you see that it's tapering off now, I think I better take it to the 4-hour chart rather than the daily chart. It's not helping there much. So we've got the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave here. And this is starting to be impulsive here now, isn't it? But I'm still not out of the woods. This is the 50-60% retracement level. If this correction is going to get any bigger, then, you know, we may end up putting this, if I can just copy that for a moment, clone it, then we can look at this as we may have to look at it as wave A here. I don't know if it's the case, and a wave B at this point. I'm just giving the options here. Otherwise, we'll be coming down further with this. We'll be coming down and making new lows at this point. But it is looking, for the move down, it is looking, I haven't counted this yet, but I can see that it's looking impulsive, so which is good. So I'll put that to the side there. I don't know if it's wave A. It could be the top of the ABC, and that's the end of it, and we come down lower. I mean, I've always expected one more move down, but I just didn't expect wave 4 to go so high, you know. But anyway, this will whatever happens over the wee while, that will take some pressure off for gold. But the other thing I was thinking as well, if I can just go a little bit left field here for a moment, get rid of that. Let's just bring gold back up for a moment. What I was thinking, where's my... The S&P or the NASDAQ will do the trick. Let's just take this back to a 4-hour chart. I was just thinking logically, you know, that this is the NASDAQ, the S&P 500 is the same. So I was thinking that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, once this fifth wave is finished and starts to pull down at that point, I think that's when gold can push up at that point. That's what I'm thinking. So if this is correct here, and we've got a little bit more, that little bit more that we've got to go in there is the same little bit that we've got to go into the S&P or NASDAQ to finish that off. And then we've got that and that, right? So that means that all of this down here, yeah, so once that makes that low there, then the NASDAQ can have a top in place at that point. And they'll turn together. So the NASDAQ will turn down in a bigger third wave, like a fourth wave, a big wave coming down, and that will give this market scope to push up, you know, to get way up here in that case. So we'll see equities down and gold up in that case. Anyway, it's just a thought. Okay, so that's it really. So just to recap here for the gold market and the same for the silver market, we're just expecting a little bit more to the upside for gold and then it to roll over here. I don't know if this is wave 1 here or we've got wave C of 4 here. That's the issue, and the only way I can resolve that is that when wave B here is breached after this moves down into an ABC pattern, be it here or be it further down, and we move back up and this breach, then we're long in gold and silver at that point. But otherwise, this market can simply move lower and make a new low at that point. So this is the important point. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.